Oh no, it happened. Not only has a typhoon hit Hanoi and Halong Bay, they classified it as a super typhoon. The devastation is just unbelievable. My heart's aching for all the people who live here. Let me show you just a little bit of what we encountered. Nothing like what they did. Hi, Michelle here from Travelling Over 60. Come join me on this adventure. A quick look at the map. We've finished in Hawaii and we took a flight that took us up to Hanoi. Now we've booked 2 nights here in Hanoi, and after the typhoon we have no idea what's happening next. You'll have to wait and see. This is what we saw as soon as we were leaving the airport. You can see the devastation straight away. News headlines went out all over the world. Super Typhoon Yagi had hit Vietnam. Now those headlines also went home to Australia, so I sent a message home to my family so that they knew that we were safe, because they had no idea how close we were to this typhoon. Here's my message to reassure them I'm safe. I'm just giving you a quick update. We've arrived in Hanoi. We're safe. Yes, it was a super typhoon that went through, and our hotel has got no damage to it at all. The internet was a bit slow and went down for a little while, but that's it. Everything else is okay. The streets are a whole nother thing. There is trees down, uprooted, ripped up paths. For us, we went for a quick walk around to get something to eat just before, and we had to walk on the road. So we just went round the block, we grabbed something to eat and came back to the hotel. And the trees are terrible, they're everywhere. They've actually said to us, if we don't need to go out, we have everything here in the hotel. When we go on an excursion tomorrow, we get into a coach and then they drive us away. But they're worried about branches falling out of trees and things like that that have snapped off at the top of the tree, and then they might fall. But that's all there is. We're safe. We're here for 2 nights, and then we go over to Halong Bay, which is where they got hit worse than what Hanoi did. So I'll let you know when we get there what it's like, but they won't take us if it's dangerous. They've already told us that if we have to change our itinerary, we will. Here's an example. The top of this tree has been snapped off, and in some cases they stay up in the tops of the trees and then fall down later on. Let's go back to some more footage on the way from the airport to the hotel. And of course, our tour guide Sun, he keeps us up to date on what's happening.
I'm going to visit the banquet tour in the hotel. That's the optional tour included in our tour. So at 4 o'clock, the rest of you will just join the first departure. The second one will be at 4:30, joining with the other 4 people who are arriving today, right? And then after that, you will have a free time until 7 p.m. After my briefing with the newcomer, we will meet each other in the restaurant in the hotel. I will show you where is the restaurant where we are going to enjoy our dinner tonight. Yep. And before dinner, I will just tell you about what's going on tomorrow. Yeah. So regarding to the city of Hanoi, as you can see, there is a second largest city in Vietnam after Ho Chi Minh City. And again, it is another safe city for us to travel to. But like any other cities in the world, we still have pickpocket and snatchers. So again, we have with the traffic because we have more motorcycles here compared to the previous cities. So we have to make sure that you are safe crossing the street from one side to the other. Yeah, and regarding to tonight dinner, there won't be any sort of a dress code for tonight dinner, so we just make ourselves available and comfortable for dinner tonight with the drinks included. I mean 2 items of drinks included for tonight dinner. I also show you where is the place where we are going to enjoy our breakfast.
Now we may be shocked with all the devastation to buildings and the trees, but let's take a moment for the people that are still trying to go by their day-by-day routine. They've tried to clear the roads by pushing the trees to the side, but it's still making it hard for the traffic. These people still need to go to work. They still have ambulance that are trying to get through the traffic as well. People on the side there have a business, trying to run a business. You can't get down the footpath. This is a really hard time for all these locals. And we didn't once hear anybody complaining. They just went about their day, continuing doing what they do every other day. Now, if you look at the size of this tree, you can see how it's ripped up the path. It's come across the road. It's even laying on top of this building. You see there on the roof. The cleanup is going to take some time. Remember, this has only just happened days ago.
So even the rain is over, the typhoon, the cyclone is gone. And so anytime that you walk around, make sure that you are staying a little bit away from trees. Because as you can see, some of the trees like a very old tree, but the roots is not that deep. So like we try to avoid like walking anywhere near the tree or close to the tree, please. Yeah.
We continue making our way towards the hotel where we'll check in, and then we have some free time this afternoon before an optional tour later on. Finally, we arrive at our hotel. So this is right outside our hotel. This is like the aftermath of the typhoon. Everywhere in the town, it's just got trees down and signs down, and they have big metal frames with material signs over them a lot. Well, they're all gone. The signs have all been ripped and pulled down. But on a good note, this is our hotel. It's a bit hard to see it, but it's very fancy and very French inside. It's nice. More trees down. Steps up into the hotel. Let's take a moment to have a look at room 157 in the Metropole Hanoi. Okay, here we are getting off on our floor, and we've just got to work out which way we're going. Sign says we're going this way. Walking up here. Okay, here we go. 157. Here we go. Oh, I just noticed one feet stepping in. This is like a step. Slope down there and then onto that flat level. Be careful. Okay, now as soon as you come in, to the right here is the wardrobe. Let's have a look. Oh, big safe, light in here. Big safe, so big enough, I would say, for a small laptop. iPads and things. Okay. They're like silk robes. Looking down here, laundry bags, and then just all the other drawers are the same. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, the light goes off when you close it. Oh, and this one comes on when you open it. So here we go, plenty of hangers and a bag rack down there. Up the top there, that looks like a quilt inside a cover. Shoe horns, all the hotels have had shoe horns, and this is a shoe brush to clean your shoes, shoe brush to clean your shoes, and a shoe horn. Let's look what's in this box. Okay, shoe shine things. Okay, close that up. Now let's go into the bathroom. Coming in here, oh, this is fancy. So we have your full-length mirror, which is the door. We also have a full-length mirror here, which is great. Okay, let's go and have a look in the bathroom. Okay, right, this is just a little tiny lip. Maybe you would kick your toe on it, so be careful. Okay, coming in, wow. Come inside. Oh, there's a toilet. I don't know, call me crazy, call me old. Here I am. The toilet. And this huge, big mirror. You can check your hair if you want to while you're on the toilet. That's up to you. Okay, here is a phone. I think it's really good that all the bathrooms have got phones in them, so if you take sick and need help, there's a phone. Okay, some towels, and let's go over here. You've got your vanity. Okay, it's quite light in here. Body lotion. Now, this is the little amenities they leave you. We found in all the places they either have them in a drawer or just in a jar like this. So just toothbrushes, combs, things like that. Cotton tips. Coming across here, there's a soap. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, water, hairdryer. Okay, and another big mirror there. Now let's have a look at the shower. Okay, here's the bath. And the shower is over the bath. But one good thing, there's glass. No curtains for me. Okay, the floor mat. Now, it opens out. Let's have a look at this bath situation. Okay, there's a grab rail there, and up the top there. I think this would be better than the ones that we had in Canada because you've got things to hang on to. You could probably hang on to this, even though it's moving, you'd have to be careful. And you could probably hang on to this here. I'll have to keep you updated on that. Some towels up here. And let's have a look at the products. Okay, we've got all three products. Body wash, conditioner and shampoo. And we have, that to me looks like a clothesline. We do. There's a clothesline over the bath. That's great. We've just been washing our things out each hotel we've been in and trying to hang them around using the clothesline that I bring with me, my travel clothesline, and also, if need be, some coat hangers to hang around the room. Okay, just before we walk out, have a look at that full-length mirror. As you can see there, and what we used to call a clothes horse in front of it. Okay, let's move on now and have a look at the rest of the room. Here's an outlet here already. It's down low. light switches are big. Just checking again back in here for any sort of outlets. Can't see any in there. Okay, so big light switch, air conditioning. Okay, now the luggage fairies just brought our luggage up, which is great. And if you need to hang your jackets or any sort of clothes, I think that's called a clothes horse. We don't tend to see them much in Australia anymore. Let me have a look in the room now. And wow, look at this. This is beautiful. Big bed. Over here, let's have a look. There's an outlet there. All the light switches. The light switches have been really good. You can turn all the lights off and on from the bed. And just a bit of decoration here. I can't imagine we'll use any of that space. But there is a drawer, a torch if we need it. Okay. Let's go back here. There's nothing else there. We've got lamps. And back here. Somewhere to put your luggage. Okay, and here we've got coffee machine, some little tiny coffees like espresso coffees, the remote control. Imagine there's your pods. Okay, in here. Yes, it's got a bottle opener, and I'm not sure what they are. Let's look. Tea. So that's got your tea in it. Okay. Serviettes. Okay, let's see what else. Here we have some bits and pieces, but remember, if they're in here, you probably have to pay for them. Down the bottom is your wine glasses and water glasses. Okay, what's next? Have to unlock that. Open it out, and oh goodness, here we go. Fridge. Now it's a full mini bar in there again. If you use anything, you will be paying for it. You can see there. Okay. Now, moving on. It's got the prices for the mini bar. In here, it's a mug. And a second mug, and your kettle to make your tea that was in the other drawer. Oh, sorry, that was a bit loud. Okay, here's your desk. That looks like a nice desk to be working on. The phone's on the desk. Big TV there. And another big mirror over there. Across this way. Oh, that's nice. A little rose to greet us. And a chair. Another phone by the bed. Water. And there's your light switches. Okay, in this drawer. Okay. Now, let's look for an outlet here. I need to go down under the cupboard, but I can't see any. One up the top. Is there any round there? None round there. None the other side of this chair. I don't like that. There's no outlet, power outlet by the bed. There's some over here. You can see there. But if you have any sort of medical machines that you want for beside the bed, there's nothing here. That's a shame. So all you have is the one on the other side. So if you both have medical machines, you might need an extension lead, or maybe check in with the desk to see if you can get something to help you both run your machines. Okay, view. Let's have a look. Now, we've been lucky. You can't expect it to be a great view every single time. Okay, don't look down, look straight over at the pool, and that's a nice view. Very nice. And that's our room. Now we're going to step out for a moment, but we're not going very far. This is the other side of the driveway of the hotel, the front entrance to the hotel. And look at this, and I'll step back. Massive big trees have just come down. It's so sad, like they're old trees. And they've just been uprooted. Very sad. But they said they'll always replant. So trying to find somewhere to park your bike, you park it on the footpath. This is where you've got to try and get by and walk. But then it says parking. Now this is just at the end of the street from where our hotel was. You can see how huge it is. And then this tree is just balancing on a very small fence. It's too dangerous to be out in the streets. We're going back to the hotel. Now the hotel has a bunker on site from the war, and we're making our way there now to have a tour of it. We've met our group, studied the plan of the bunker. Now we have to make our way down these stairs. So, of course, if you can't do stairs, you're going to have to skip this tour. Once at the bottom, we all had to put a hard hat on to protect us. And as you can see here, it's not very big. So if you're a little bit claustrophobic, this may not be for you either. Once we do our tour, we make our way back up these stairs. We go and get cleaned up for dinner, and we're heading over to the Spice Garden, which is in the hotel. Now the table setting was quite small, we couldn't all fit together, but it was still lovely. This is just a quick look at the menu. You can always pause it and have a better look at the menu if you would like. But this was the salad. And this is the spring rolls. Hubby had the pork and a beer, of course. I had the fish. And of course, this was our dessert. This is so nice. We came back to our room tonight after dinner. Some slippers beside the bed, and over here on the table, there's a little box. We got one each. It's got the name of the hotel on it. And it says Bon Appetit. And it's a chocolate macaroon. That's so nice. I'll enjoy that shortly. Well, how devastating is it to see all of that? My heart is just breaking for all of these people who live here. They seem very organised, though, in how to cope, how to clean up. One of the shopkeepers told us that all the trees have all got a number. So when a tree falls down, they notify the appropriate people and tell them that number 123 has fallen down and they'll come and replace it. But that doesn't help if the tree was 200 years old or even 50 years old. So it is very devastating to all the people. Okay, it's that time again. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up. Hopefully you're already subscribed, but if you're not, please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps me out, costs you nothing. And if you need to make a comment, ask me a question down below. Share it with your friends, and don't forget, ring the notification bell just once. And then every time I put a new video out, you'll be notified. So my next video is going to be all about what happened in Hanoi and Halong Bay with this typhoon. Who knows? Keep following.